Good evening. I'm Mohammad Farizakwan bin Fazli, and I will be the moderator for the forum today. This forum is part of our assignment for course KSP 1071 Soccer. The topic for our forum is how to improve our national team to international level competition. Without wasting any time, I would like to introduce our panels for today. We have Muhammad Israel Ezarik, Mio Al Hakim, Arif Sulaiman, Muhammad Amirul Nureza, Daniel Ben Bani, and lastly Pevanjit Singh. It is undeniable that FIFA World Cup is the most anticipated sports game in the world. Throughout history, we can see that our national football team hardly qualifies in FIFA World Cup. However, some of our neighbors countries in Asia, such as Korea, Japan, and Indonesia, had already made their name in the world's eye. What are we missing? What is the secret formula of all the great teams like Brazil, which have won the World Cup 5 times? So, my first question for Mr. Israel. In your opinion, what is the main factor of a great team to have?
Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Farid. In my opinion, the main factors that should be taken by our national football team is by exchanging the coaching and the tactical system. This is because Malaysia lack of professional coaches that is able to manage and change the Malaysian football style. In other words, we need to hire more football experts from outside, especially Europe. These experts including the head coach, physical coach and the tactical coach. The reason why we need the European coach because they have a lot of experience in understanding and applying different tactical in squad. As we know that European tactical style is much brilliant than Asian. So our local player can learn something new about the tactical and start to create the new chemistry among them by applying this tactical. Besides that, both player and coaches must able to understand about the football philosophy. In football content, philosophy determine the way how we view the tactical applied in different situations. I am sure that European coach have excellent philosophy because they good in analyzing the opponent strategies. But for local player, they need to improve it. They need more time to train hard among them so that they will understand what the coaches instructed. When the player can understand about the football philosophy, it will become easier for them to adapt the modern style tactical. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Israel. I couldn't agree more. Next, Mr. Daniel, what is your opinion on the salary of a football player? Can a high salary promise a good player and importantly good team?
Thank you, Mr. Farid. Salary is the most important thing for a team to manage properly, in my opinion. Like teams need to pay the salary on time to the players. If the team pay the salary late, it will become a serious problems to the teams and it will bring the bad impact for the team also, for the team. Like players doesn't have motivation to play for the teams and then they step out from the team. Next, team also can increase the players salary based on their performance in pitch. This is because it will give the motivation to the player to improve their performance as well as to help our team to to be better in the match. That's all from me.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel. Moving on, I would like to ask Mr. Mio, what is your opinion on what other way can we do to improve the national team?
Thank you, Mr. Farid, for the question. In my opinion, what our national team can do more is attending a football camp. There are seasonal football camps around the country where you can go for a week or two to play football every day, learn new skills, get professional training, and speak to mentors. Once you've been playing for a while, it may be beneficial to escape your comfort zone and get feedback from someone that hasn't seen you play before. Moreover, football camp can be beneficial by maintaining your health and fitness. As a football player, it is important to consume nutritious meals and live a healthy lifestyle for them to be able to do all the physical and fitness training. By making sure your health and fitness stable, it will reduce risk of becoming overweight, develop strong bones and muscles, and improve your balance, posture, and flexibility. And that is all from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mio. Very interesting idea. Nowadays, many initiatives have been done to nurture talent from an early age. My next question goes to Mr. Arif. On your opinion, what is the quality of the players we have now?
Thank you, Mr. Farid. On my opinion on that, there are three main factors that all players internationally or even Malaysian players have in each one of them. The first one is their fitness, second one is the mental ability, and the third one is the skill application. For the fitness, it is very important component of the game. Not only must a player have the ability to play for the duration of the game, but also must be able to recover while working in the game. On average, each player on the field will run up to 5 or 7 miles in game in that 19 minutes. On the second point, mental ability, there are many things that happen in a game which may affect a player's confidence and concentration. For example, the team is losing by more than one goal. The team is being totally dominated throughout the game, and the referee is constantly calling faults against the player, coaches critique, follow teammates critique, and individual breakdown. This could lead to their mental breakdown throughout the game. So despite those odds against them, they can mentally struggle from that and can continue to play and win the game. And my third point is skill application. A good player will be able to maintain technical efficiency while they are under pressure. And an experienced player, such as our national team, will show composure under pressure from opposition, fatigue, and the condition on the field. That is from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Arif. Next, Mr. Pevan. What do you think football players can do to improve their game?
Thank you, Mr. Farid. In my opinion, the football players they should need to maintain their fitness to be better in the game. Okay, my first point will be they should have time to recover themselves because as you see nowadays many players don't have much time to recover themselves from heavy training and back-to-back games. That's why I believe that players should recover their body at least 10 minutes from their training and also game that they have. My next point will be they should make themselves stronger, like by doing exercise in big compound movements such as squats, deadlifts, and lunges. All have a hugely positive effect when it comes to things like power, speed, agility, and to a degree core stability. I would suggest they should do 1 week once for 5 to 6 reps. My third point will be build core stability. This will help them to perform better in the field. They should do sit-ups, crunch, planks, and squatting on Bosu ball, which will help them build their stability and core. I believe that they should do 6 reps each with 3-second break in between the reps. My last point will be sprint speed. Sprint speed will help them in their agility and speed towards the goal. They should do weighted slip pulls, parachute sprint, or bungee cord with 30-second rest for like 1 week once. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pevan. As Mr. Pevan said just now, fitness is one of the most important aspects. Would you like to elaborate more on this, Mr. Nureza?
Alright, thank you for Zakwan. And I agree with Piven. So any injury that involve the musculoskeletal system during a sporting event can be termed a sports injury. The musculoskeletal system comprises of the muscle, tissue, bones, ligament, and tendon. So most common injuries in sport is like ankle sprain, lower back strain, and dislocation of the shoulder joint. An injury for a sporting activity can take place at any time. However, on average, most of the injuries heal quickly though. There are a few exceptions that may take quite a while to heal. For example, like ligament and also tendon injuries. So next is, why is rehabilitation? So rehabilitation has to do with the process by which the body regains full function following an injury. It also involves restoring strength, flexibility, endurance, power, and also stability. The primary purpose of injury rehabilitation is to help damaged tissue to recover in supervised and controlled manner. So the common symptoms associated with this injury are cramping and muscle weakness. So the healing, rejuvenation, and the rehabilitation process from an injury goes through different stages. An essential component of the rehabilitation process is sport massage carried out under the supervision of an rehabilitation specialist. Thank you. That's all for me.
Thank you, Mr. Nureza. In summary, there are many aspects that should be considered to improve our national team to international level competition. Before we end, I have one question for all the panels. What is your opinion on our current national squad?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Farid. For that question, as we all know, during Asian World Cup qualifier between our team and UAE, we lost 4-0 to that team, and all I can see that our players are lack in stamina, imagination, and strategy. They lost the ball easily and gave the ball away too easily. Plus, the defense was in shambles, and if not for the heroics of the goalkeeper, we would have lost. Our national team is in dire straits, but however, I am sure they won't be the same team if they have all the aspects that we all have stated earlier to be a better team. That's my opinion.
Based on my opinion, Malaysia football team should be given more matches and competition as they need more experience to improve their communication skill with each other. As nowadays, most of our national football team player are mixed with young and veteran player, and same go with import player. So they need to bond the new chemistry with each other, and inshallah one day they will win a trophy in future. That's all my opinion. Thank you.
I would like to thank every panel for their opinion. It's such a very interesting and great idea. With that, I would like to end our forum for today. Thank you.